Thanks for joining us today at noon. I'm Brooke Buckner in for Journey Taylor. If you had an early start to the day, you may have noticed it wasn't as cold outside. Meteorologist Tracy Bean joins us from the Weather Center tracking the latest conditions. Tracy, what more can you tell us about today and the rest of the week?
Well, we started out today with some low clouds and a lot of fog, especially in southern Arkansas. Right now, looking on our radar, not a lot going on, and we had a nice, just steady rainfall yesterday. The majority of that rain was down in the southern and southeastern portion of the state, which coincidentally was where we saw a lot of that fog this morning. Now, not everyone saw a ton of rain. In central Arkansas, we saw less than a quarter of an inch. And so again, not a lot of rain, but we are seeing those low clouds linger for the rest of the day. 57 currently in central Arkansas. We're looking at those 60s in southern areas, and up in northwest Arkansas, lingering right around that 50-degree mark. Hour by hour, plenty of clouds for the rest of the day, but we do have a frontal boundary headed our way, and it's not as cool, but that cool weather is headed our way, and we'll see some light sporadic showers this evening and overnight. Now tomorrow things are going to look much better, so stay with me. We're going to talk a little bit more about that forecast and when that cold weather will arrive.
All right, thanks, Tracy. President-elect Donald Trump is back on U.S. soil today, laying out plans for his first days in office. Nicole Killian has more on his future agenda, including how he wants to tackle immigration.
President-elect Donald Trump says border security will be top on his list following through on a campaign pledge.
Is it realistic to deport everyone who's here illegally?
You have no choice. First of all, they're costing us a fortune. But we're starting with the criminals, and we got to do it.
In his first post-election interview on NBC's Meet the Press, Trump said his mass deportation proposal could include families with mixed citizenship.
The only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together, and you have to send them all back.
But he's open to allowing dreamers, those who came to the U.S. as children, to stay. And he wants to end birthright citizenship through executive order.
Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
Well, we're going to have to get a change. We'll maybe have to go back to the people, but we have to end it.
The president-elect also vowed not to go after political rivals like President Joe Biden.
I'm really looking to make our country successful. Retribution will be through success.
But on day one, he says he'd pardon those who attacked the Capitol on January 6th and believes lawmakers who investigated it should be behind bars instead.
And Cheney was behind it, and so was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee. For what they did, honestly, they should go to jail.
Cheney slammed Trump's idea as a continuation of his assault on the rule of law. The interview was part of a whirlwind weekend on the world stage, where Trump attended the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral, meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron, Prince William, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Trump said Zelensky is ready to make a deal and called for an immediate ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia.
Overnight, the president-elect named his personal attorney, Alina Habba, to serve as counselor to the president. He's also defending some of his controversial picks, like Tulsi Gabbard for Intel Director, Pete Hegseth for Defense, and Kash Patel for the FBI. They're expected on Capitol Hill this week. Nicole Killian, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Surgeons at Baptist Health are the first in Central Arkansas to use robotic surgery. The next-gen Da Vinci 5 system offers extra hands in the operating room. It's designed to improve outcomes by being more efficient and lowering the cost of care. It offers a wide range of new features, including high-resolution 3D imaging, increased power, and the ability to connect with other tech in the OR. In a statement sent to our newsroom, VP of Surgery at Baptist says since implementing the first Da Vinci system more than a decade ago, they've seen, quote, tremendous benefits of this robot when it comes to fulfilling our mission for our patients. In another update, a federal appeals court is backing a law that imposes removing TikTok from the App Store. The new piece of legislation set a deadline for the Chinese-based company to correspond to new regulations. If the app doesn't cut ties with its owner ByteDance by next month, it risks a total ban in the U.S. TikTok is expected to file another appeal to delay the January 19th deadline. If accepted, the case will be sent to the Supreme Court. Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin issued a statement on the matter. He applauds the recent court decision by saying it, quote, protected Americans from being influenced and manipulated by foreign adversary. Over the weekend, former President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton made a trip back home. THV 11's Carter Thweet shares more on how they celebrated 20 years of the Presidential Library in Little Rock.
Over 40 years after first serving as governor, Bill Clinton was back in Arkansas on Saturday. Officially, it was to celebrate the 20th anniversary of his presidential library, but the Clintons discussed much more than just that.
Everybody suffers defeat. Everybody has things that are unfair happen to them. The question is, what are you going to do? And we all have to keep going.
It's fitting that Bill's hometown is hope because that word was one of the themes of the day.
We are committed to a vibrant, exciting, meaningful future, and we want all of you to be part of that.
When the Clintons weren't at the center of attention, crowd members enjoyed a diverse group of speakers, like a panel featuring members of the show The West Wing, along with some of their real-life counterparts in the Clinton administration, or people like Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt, who discussed Clinton's leadership following the Oklahoma City bombing.
The response to the bombing from President Clinton's Justice Department was important. So too was the legislative response to prevent further acts of terrorism, domestic and international. But nothing was ultimately more important than the leadership role only a president can play.
Lottie Shackelford was one person there who says she always loves hearing from the Clintons, and she knows them better than most. She served as the first female mayor of Little Rock while Bill was the governor.
They are genuine. They are true to their beliefs 365 days out of the year. And they're always willing to do as much work as they inspire others to do.
And as the Clinton Library enters its third decade, the couple made it clear that that work continues.
You have to keep working for what you believe.
What can we do today? Is there something we can do to help somebody? Is there some kind of service we can perform, kindness that we can demonstrate?
Happening in less than an hour, the nonprofit we told you about called The Van is taking its next steps to open a permanent shelter. Today, the founder, Aaron Redden, could sign a new contract on a loan for a new building. We first reported the organization raised over $125,000 in less than a week. The Van will host a Q&A session as well this afternoon. We'll work to get new details to provide them to you during our evening news coverage. Meanwhile, St. Joseph Center in North Little Rock is still making progress after strong storms in the summer of 2023 did a lot of damage to the chapel. It left multiple historic windows shattered. Those have since been restored, though, and were seen for the first time during the Season of Light celebration on Sunday. A tour that's broken records and set new standards has now come to an end. Walk through the eras one last time ahead at 12:17.
Cloudy skies linger throughout today and a chance of rain showers with our frontal boundary pushing through later tonight. A little breezy tomorrow, but when will that cool weather get here? Stay with me. We're going to talk about my forecast coming up.